Hello and welcome to another Halo news video. So first and foremost, I wanted to discuss the fact that we have Halo Hub mentioning that they don't want to explicitly call the upcoming Battle Royale experience a Battle Royale. They're refusing to use that terminology because from what they understand, it does vary somewhat from the typical formula of Battle Royales. Nobody's really elaborating on what that means, and that seems to generally be the consensus around the community as well. You know, even what Jez said kind of vaguely alluded to the fact that there's potentially room for it to not quite be a Battle Royale, in the sense that he said it doesn't exactly mirror PUBG and Apex Legends and things like that. So it is possible that whatever this is, it is a slight variation thereupon of the Battle Royale, or kind of a different spin on it. But I think it's safe to say that it's going to follow a lot of the general tropes that Battle Royale typically follows. So if you're looking for a Battle Royale experience, I think chances are this will fill that need that you're looking for of a Halo Battle Royale experience. So we have Serasia. Now, I have seen a little bit of inconsistency with some of the stuff that he's reported on before, but for the most part, from what I understand, he's actually been fairly reputable. He seems to refer to Tatanka having used to be called Big Team Operations, which is an interesting phrasing of what they're working on, which does kind of lean a little bit more towards maybe this isn't explicitly going to be a mirror of that typical Battle Royale experience that we're expecting. But it has been in development since at least 2019, and apparently it was paused because it was literally bricking Xbox Ones. So that's an interesting little piece of information to swallow there. So we can actually see here that there are 100 players supported in a lobby in this game mode, which means 100 Spartans in one match. Last team standing wins, which does imply that this is a traditional Battle Royale experience. The last man standing or the last team standing wins the game. Now, other than that, we actually have some game mode settings as per Infinite leaks, and whether or not these are legitimate, I think there's a fair chance that at the very least these settings exist somewhere within Halo Infinite and are accessible on the back end essentially. And these are levers of control that we would potentially have in this game mode that we're getting. So as you can see here, there's the options to respawn in a drop pod. Oh my god. Use sudden death, so I'm assuming that's like a late stage thing. Number of teams remaining to trigger sudden death, so it triggers sudden death when there's a certain threshold of teams remaining. Use individual life pools. I wonder if that means you could have a collective team health. Starting respawn tokens, so that just means you can only respawn a certain amount of times. Maximum extra respawn tickets, same sort of thing. Containment zone enabled, I'm assuming that's that circle we were hearing about before. And again, I'm thinking this is potentially tying back to that old flood rumor stuff we were hearing way back in the day about how it was going to be very campaign connected, this mode that we're getting. And it is also very Forge connected, so I'm wondering how much user-generated content is going to drive the experience. We have Containment Zone Final Location, Containment Zone Final Wander. That's a similar feature to Fortnite where it kind of moves around a little bit more toward the end, so you're not just stagnant and stuck in the same spot. Use Containment Zone Final Shrink, Containment Zone Quadrant, Alternate Loot Item Table. Interesting. I wonder what that consists of. Revive enabled, Execute enabled. Execute is an interesting term to be hearing here. I'm actually looking at this for the first time myself here. So I'm wondering if like Apex styled executions have been put into the game. Cool. Use zone revive. Interesting. So I'm wondering if that means that you can get an item that allows you to revive people within an area or something like that. Save, revive, interact, progress. Okay, so it would pick up where you left off. Revive time, 1 second. Execute time, 1 second. Manually cancel AI bubble state. I have no idea what that means. Operations enabled. So I'm assuming operations and a big team operations as a whole. What was the term that he used for it earlier? It was big team operations. I'm assuming what they're talking about is Fortnite-styled distractions. You know, all the little features that you have in Fortnite where, oh, you can go find this NPC and talk to him, and go get him a bandage or some stupid crap, or, oh, shoot this many trees in Wailing Woods, or something like that. Something that's kind of in the world, an emergent experience that you can kind of go around and take part in for experience, or maybe for some secret armor or emblem or something like that. I'm assuming that's the reason why we're not hearing it explicitly described as a Battle Royale, is because it's one of those experiences that out the gate is probably designed from the ground up to have those sort of in-world distractions to get you roped into doing some other stuff and exploring the world and whatnot. And that would make sense, and that would explain a lot of these, like, you know, bomb has been located or ball has been planted or things like that, stuff that we've heard in regards to this battle royale mode. A lot of things that make it sound like this is like the most complicated mode ever. Well, it's probably not that complicated. It probably is just essentially a battle royale experience where there's sort of Halo-y distractions around the world for you to take part in. Let's say hypothetically that there's a zone that's essentially just Blood Gulch, okay? And there's a flag on one side and a flag on the other. And if you decide to take the time to just run that flag from one side to the other, you get like a bunch of loot or something like that. You know, maybe you get a cosmetic. Maybe there's a challenge for running both sides to each side, and it's like some red versus blue Easter egg. Who knows? I could definitely see something like that happening. Other than that, I think that pretty much covers it. We've got some information to talk about. We got something to digest, finally, and there's something that I could look forward to within the Halo franchise, which is very good. I wish that this had been more directly teased by maybe 343 sooner, but I think the problem was maybe that the engine of Halo Infinite is so volatile that whether or not this thing was even going to happen was up in the air until maybe super recently, because this is making it sound like it's coming soon. It's almost done. It's nearing development, because Jez Corden in the Xbox 2 podcast actually explicitly stated he expected it to come in Season 3. Now, he did sort of change it up and say when the Randall Thor actually told him that that's coming in August, he was like, oh, no, well, it's probably not Season 3 then. It's probably Season 4, because from what I understand, his timeline, he's been told, is end of the year, not summer. So we'll see. I imagine we're going to hear about this at Xbox's summer event that we're getting allegedly in June. And I think that's when you can probably look forward to getting some news on the subject as well. I would keep your ears to the ground. And other than that, I think that about covers it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe, and see you later.